Hello fellow gamers, I'm Christopher Chrisman. Coming up next, a look at last week's retro video game news on the RGN Files for the week ending Sunday, April 22nd, 2018. In the RGN Files this week, Screaming Villains has made the announcement of a new upcoming port of their 25th anniversary edition of the Sega CD classic Night Trap. The original remastering of the game was first released this past August for both PCs and the Sony PlayStation 4 platform. During a 1993 congressional hearing regarding video game violence and suggestive content, the then Senior Vice President of Nintendo of America, Howard Lincoln, was very clear about his viewpoints regarding the game's release.
In the past year, some very violent and offensive games have reached the market. And of course, I'm speaking about Mortal Kombat and Night Trap. And let me say that for the record, I want to state that Night Trap will never appear on a Nintendo system. Obviously, it would not pass our guidelines. This game, which as you've indicated, promotes violence against women, simply has no place in our society.
Fast forward to 2018, and Night Trap will in fact be coming to a Nintendo console for the very first time when it gets released for the Switch platform later this year. Just like the original remastering, the title will be released on both digital and physical media, with limited run games distributing the cartridge versions. The original title was ultimately rated M by the ESRB, with the recent remastering being downgraded to a T rating. Night Trap is scheduled to be released for the Nintendo Switch this coming summer. About a week and a half ago, Retro Game Network reported on an upcoming collection coming to us from NIS America, which will bring a variety of SNK's classic Neo Geo library to the Nintendo Switch platform in honor of the company's 40th anniversary. SNK themselves have made the announcement that they are also looking to celebrate by hinting of an upcoming self-contained console for the Neo Geo, similar in manner of the classic mini-systems that have been made popular by Nintendo in recent years. In a tweet published by SNK Japan last week, they stated that it would be produced as a way of thanking gamers that have supported them throughout the years. This wouldn't be the first time that a device of this nature was released by SNK, for back in 2012 they released the Neo Geo X Gold system, which offered emulated games in a portable unit. There is no word as of yet if the system would be released in North America, nor are any game list or estimated pricing details known at this time, as the story is still currently under development. Konami has made the announcement that they will be releasing a brand new title in their popular Castlevania video game series. The new game, entitled Castlevania Grimoire of Souls, will feature characters that are classics to the series, such as Simon Belmont, Alucard, and Maria, all making their presence known in the new game. Alongside of them, we also have some new characters, such as Genya and Lucy. The upcoming game will offer a boss rush co-op mode, as well as a player versus player mode. It will also feature a virtual jukebox, which will allow gamers to enjoy some of the many classic pieces of game music that were included throughout the series. But don't get your hopes up just yet. Not only will the game only be offered for mobile devices running Apple's iOS operating system, it will also only be available for purchase by gamers within Japanese prefectures. Beta testing is scheduled to begin later next month, with an official release to be announced at a later date. A new book showcasing the history of homebrew titles for the Atari 2600 is currently in the works by an independent hobbyist. The book is being written by Brian Mathern, who has gotten some help on the project by Michael Salzman, who also wrote a series of books about the topic. The Atari 2600 Homebrew Companion is expected to be the first in a series of publications about the subject matter. The first volume is planned to focus on 34 specific homebrews that were released for the system, in which Brian has reached out to those originally producing the games in order to get proper permission for use. The first book will be about 170 pages and contain background stories about the games, their development, reviews, as well as instructions. The book is slated to be released both physically and digitally, with color Kindle versions costing about $3 and black and white hard copies selling for just under $12. There is currently no word on when the final product would be published. To finish off this week's podcast, we wanted to share some information about what's going on behind the scenes right here at Retro Game Network. As we approach our 6-year anniversary, we have decided to join in on the fun that is known as live streaming. We have recently set up a brand new Twitch channel, which is slated to begin regularly scheduled game streams sometime during the summer. Throughout the next few weeks, we'll begin testing our abilities, and we will invite all of you to check us out when these tests occur. We plan to stream a variety of games for various consoles of the past and the present, and hope to take you back to the days of watching your friends play, critiquing, and some good old-fashioned rag chewing. Be sure to start following us on Twitch at RetroGameNet to be kept up to date on the latest developments. We will update everyone on RetroGameNetwork.com as well as via our other social media outlets when we plan to start our testing. We look forward to virtually meeting up with our dedicated readers with our new and exciting endeavor, and we certainly hope to see you there. And finally this week, we wanted to give our readers an update about our weekly terrestrial radio series, VGM on FM. Our series, dedicated to the history and art form of video game music, airs on WRML 107.9 FM in the southern New Jersey area, as well as worldwide via WRMLradio.org and via the TuneIn Radio app. Due to a situation beyond our control, VGM on FM is currently on a temporary hiatus. This is due to requirements of Atlantic Cape Community College, who currently hold the rights to the radio license. During specific times of year, access to the studios are off limits so that students can focus on their education during time periods of examination. With this in mind, new episodes of VGM on FM will resume on WRML starting Monday, June 4th. We will be taking this break as an opportunity to improve the program, as well as prepare for future episodes in advance. We will notify our readers as we approach the beginning of our new season, and we hope that you will certainly tune in when the show returns to the airwaves. That's it for this week's edition of the RGN Files. For complete details of any of this week's stories, please visit RetroGameNetwork.com. Be sure to follow Retro Game Network on social media outlets, on Facebook and Instagram at Retro Game Network, and on Twitter and Twitch at RetroGameNet. For the Retro Game Network, I'm Christopher Chrisman. This week's news story is provided by the following: Den of Geek, Gimatsu, Koteko, Limited Run Games, Nintendo Life, Screaming Villains, SNK, VG247, Vintage is the New Old. Additional media provided by C-SPAN, the cable satellite public affairs network.